Some people see a steam locomotive and they see old machinery. The creator of this channel, Dave, sees something else entirely. He sees life. Not because the locomotive is alive in some literal sense, but because everything about it feels alive. It breathes, it sweats, it hisses, it groans, it strains. It exhales steam and smoke like a living thing with purpose in its chest and fire in its heart. You do not just watch a steam locomotive. You feel it, you hear it before you see it. You feel the ground answer to it. You sense its weight, its rhythm, its determination, and its refusal to stay still. And maybe that is why it speaks so deeply to Dave. Because in a strange way, a steam locomotive is not just a machine. It is a philosophy. It is life under power. For Dave, life is not about standing still and waiting for perfect answers. It is not about knowing every stop in advance. It is not about pretending the ride will always be smooth. Life is forward motion under controlled acceleration. Life is steel rails stretching ahead into a vast desert landscape. Life is wooden ties beneath you, holding the line together one piece at a time. Life is rock ballast underneath it all, absorbing the shock, the vibration, the punishment, and the weight that comes with the journey. That matters, because life vibrates, life shakes, life rattles you. Life throws heat at you, cold at you, uncertainty at you, and the kind of hard miles that test whether you are really built to keep going. And if the ground beneath you is weak, you feel every fracture. But when the rails are firm, the ties are set, and the ballast is deep. You can keep moving even when the world tries to jar you loose. That is what the locomotive understands. It does not ask for an easier track. It does not sit still and complain about the desert. It leans into the grade, it works through the heat, it throws its breath into the air and keeps pulling. That is the kind of life Dave believes in. Not a life of drifting, not a life of retreat, not a life spent staring backward too long. Only enough reverse to make the next move possible, then forward again, always forward. And out there in that wide open desert, with the rails shining in the light and the horizon glowing ahead, there is a lesson in that. Some people might call it riding toward the sunset, but to Dave, it is never really about an ending. Every horizon is just another promise that somewhere beyond the heat and distance, another sunrise is waiting. That is why the locomotive matters. Because it reminds us that purpose is not found in standing still. It is found in motion. It is found in momentum. It is found in trusting the track beneath you, even when you cannot see where it leads. There will always be depots. There will always be stations. There will always be places where you can stop for a while. Step down, look around, catch your breath, and take in where you are. And sometimes that is necessary. Sometimes it is even beautiful. But that is not the purpose of the locomotive. The purpose is the journey. The purpose is the pull. The purpose is the movement itself. And maybe that is the real reason steam locomotives feel alive. It is not just the pistons or the steam or the sound of iron and fire working together. It is because they reflect something back to us that we recognize in ourselves. We were not built to remain trapped in one place forever. We were built to keep going, to carry weight, to endure vibration, to move through uncertainty with strength and direction. Not perfectly, but faithfully. So if life has been shaking you lately, if the rails ahead seem long and the landscape feels empty, remember this. The locomotive does not need to know every mile in advance. It only needs enough steam to keep moving, enough fire to stay under power, enough trust in the rails beneath it to believe the next stretch of track is worth taking. That is enough. That has always been enough. If this story meant something to you, or if there is a machine, a road, a place, or a symbol that helped shape the way you see life, share it in the comments. Those stories matter and they help keep the fire alive. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to help this community grow. Bring your story ideas, pull up a seat by the fire, warm your hands, and stay with us a while. The fire never dies as long as people keep showing up. I'm Christy, and I'll see you next time.